Okay, hi again, it's William again. I've got my router all nicely set up. It's plugged in, the power is in, but it's not on yet. I've got one cable running from my router. Let me just get that in the picture for you. So one cable running from my router right to the back of my LAN port in my Mac. Okay, that should, excuse me, that should give me my IP address. But what I've done first is I've got my Mac set up wirelessly, and you can see the wireless symbol right here. And I have access to, again, if you look here, my AC88U, which is the one I showed you downstairs a few minutes ago. My LAN, my IP address, all my good stuff is on there, and it's all working fine. What I'm going to do is log out of that really quick. So I've logged out. I'm going to turn off my wireless, and I'm going to open up my network router. Go network. I'm going to go to Ethernet and put it on manual 196.50.3 with my router 192.68.50.1. And that's all set up. The AC is all configured correctly. I am now going to turn on my router. We can see the little power light flashed on for a second there. Did I hit it right? And the power light has now come on. And it should be in setup mode. We should see my router go to configure in a minute, or at least come online in a minute. It is plugged in, yes it is. And there it is, it definitely sees that the router is there. I have my IP address. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up a terminal window, and I'm gonna ping myself 192.168.150, excuse me. The book says 50. The manual on the router actually has two different notations. One says the default IP address is .50.1, and the other one says .1.1. I used .50 before and it worked, so I'm going to use it again, but I'll try both in a few minutes. So I'm pinging myself first with the .3, and I see I am returning ICMP messages just fine. Control Z, so I'm going to stop that. And I'm going to try number one. And all I get is timeout requests, sequence messages. So it's not seeing anything on that. I'm going to change my IP address here to .1 and .1. And apply that and let it get a second, and you can still see the router definitely has power still on it, but nothing else has come on, which means it's in probably recovery. Ethernet's connected again. I'm going to ping myself .1.3, and that works. Control Z, and now I'm going to do 1.1, which should be the router. And again, I get request timeout. Like I said, as of yesterday, nothing at all is working on the router now. It was working sporadically. Now nothing is working. So we keep getting timeout, and the host is down. I'm going to Control Z that. Now what I'm going to do is I downloaded this, which is the Asus Discovery, and I'm going to turn that one on and search, and it sees nothing at all, as you can see. So what I'm going to do really quickly is I'm going to make this service inactive, and I'm going to turn my router back on. And I got to make that inactive again. Actually, I just unplugged that from here for right now. So there, my Ethernet's unplugged. My wireless is coming up online. It should be getting an IP address, as you can see right there. The IP address is done, and the best way to do this is just to, and you can see the 68 comes up right away with my IP address. which I'll change. So I'm going to close this out again, turn off my Wi-Fi one more time. I'm going to plug this back in again. Now you can see my wireless is up on this and everything else. It should be using a default configuration because I've reset it. What I'm going to do is go into recovery mode. Well, we'll try this one more time for you. And you can see the Ethernet's come back up. I'm going to do an IF. If I can spell, FCON. FIG. And let me just make that a little bit bigger for you. So you can see that everything is inactive, 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 inactive. Bridge configuration, that's nothing, you don't need that. Everything is inactive. So it's not seeing any broadcast from anything really. So I don't see anything in there. I don't see anything in there bad, so I don't know. I'm going to try pinging myself again. My address is 13, and I'm definitely pinging. Control Z. I'm going to try pinging 11, which I did again. And I'm getting nothing out at all. And my Ethernet just went down and came back up, which happens all the time. Hopefully you saw that. I'm going to stop that for a second. Now, if I go to here, so I can do Asus router, which is asusrouter.com. It should come up. It says its settings have been updated. Try it again, and it just doesn't come up at all. If I do, and I put in the address, the internet address 192.168.1.1, it gets nothing. And once again, with device, I see no device. I see nothing searching. I'll just leave that there in the corner for a few minutes. And you can see that it won't come up. This is just sitting there hung. It's not moving, as you can see. What I'm going to do is change this to 50, and we'll try the 50 number. I'm going to apply that. I'm going to stop this. See, that stopped out there. Now let's just ping again. Make sure we're pinging right. There's 50.3, and we're pinging, and we just definitely get responses. And we're going to ping again. 50.1. And timeouts. Control Z. This is still not searching anything. The easiest way to do this is quit and restart it. And we still see nothing there. I'm going to try this one now at 50. And again, we see nothing. And you see it went offline there. It should have done that at all, and then it's back online. I don't know what that says. I still see nothing here. I still see nothing. And this is still going down. At least this time it sees the RT88U, which is good. I haven't seen that in a while. All right. So I don't know. What I'm going to do is try to go into what's called recovery mode. which will take me 1 second. And what I'm going to do is just put that there for a second. And now recovery mode is really simple. What they say is take out the power. Oops, sorry. Take out the power. Hold the reset button, which is back here. The reset button, which is here. Hold the reset button down and then put the power back in. And it will come on. Oh, I messed it up. Hold on, I got to try it again because it's a little difficult to do with one hand. But what I'll do is I'll do it this way. And what you should see is that the power button should go into a online mode and then start flashing. Once it's flashing, it's in what's called recovery mode. So I'm gonna take the power out, hold down the reset button, put the power back in. It'll come on and it says when it's flashing, it's in recovery mode. Now that's recovery mode, as that little flashing light indicates. And what we're going to do is I'm going to use another application I downloaded from Asus, which is called the firmware restoration program, and try to restore the firmware. And that is this program here. Now I have downloaded, so I'm going to choose a file. And I've downloaded the RT88 firmware, and I open that file. It gets opened in there, and I try to upload it, and it tells me my Mac network set up the following tutorial. Say OK to that, which I've done, and upload. And it has been done. So I've done all these. These are the steps. I reset my router, held the reset down until the power line resets, waited for the reset to reboot, which it has done. Set up the router in rescue mode, power off the router, press reset again. So I'll do that. I'll power it off, and I'll power it back on. It's in reset mode, trying to upload it. It keeps telling me that same thing. It's preparing, and I said okay. Go to the network, do all that. I do all that, and this one it says 1.1 for 192.168.1.2 12 here. I've got it as .3, but I'm going to change that to 1, like they say, because you never know. Because the other manual, the owner's manual, says do it as .1. I do it .50, I mean. So we're connected now just to test that my IP address is good. I'm going to do .3, and I see I'm pinging myself. And let's just do .1. And I'm getting no pings for back. Let me get this one up here again to see. I still see no device there. So I've done all that so far. Connect my Mac to the router, which I've done. Start the router restoration, which is here. So upload. And it fails to connect to a wireless router. Check if the router LED is blinking, which it is blinking. Say okay. So there's not much more I can do. That's not much more I can do to that. Okay, well, please let me know what your decision is. I would love to get either this router replaced or repaired. I just bought it, and I think it's a little unfair that I have to actually go through all this just because I live in Hong Kong. It's amazing. But there you go. Thank you. Bye.